If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam, the green room, we back in it, baby. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Happy Thursday. We were gonna do a show yesterday, but I had to postpone. You know, I was feeling a little bit under the weather, but we back with it. I'm still a little, but I'm good enough to be here right now, man. And I hope y'all doing good as well. What up, JR Miller Areas, Baby G, Brim Dog, Black Hippie Ricky, Don Philly in the building. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. Hope everybody's having a great week so far, and if you aren't, I hope it gets better. The weekend is almost here, man. Tomorrow's Friday. Got a little bit of weed on my tongue. Don't worry about it. Hope y'all doing well, man. Hope y'all doing well. Much love, much love. We got a lot to talk about today. Some things going on in the culture, man, that I want to pinpoint, man. You know, as well as me doing this YouTube thing, I'm an artist as well. I'm really involved in music, and I pay attention to the culture when it comes to the music as well. So certain things we're going to be pinpointing over here also for the people that like music and pay attention to what be going on in the culture. And one of those things we are going to talk about is the rise and fall of Slaughterhouse, pun intended, because two of the members, now for those that don't know, man, let me just set this up for you. Slaughterhouse is a original group put together of some incredible MCs that go by the name of Crooked or King Crooked, Crooked Eye, whatever you want to call him. Crooked is in his name. Joell Ortiz, Royce the 5'9", and Joe Budden. Recently, two of the members, Joell Ortiz and Crooked, decided that they were going to do an album under the Slaughterhouse name. Name the album The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse, without the other two members, Royce the 5'9" and Joe Budden. Now, this sparked some ill feelings between the members of the group because they felt like they were backhanded, that this was done under the table, that this was done secretive, and they are basically tarnishing and destroying the brand, which is coming from Joe and Royce's side. And I want to break down this part. I gotta pinpoint this, man, because it's weird too, man. Like, you gotta understand from a standpoint of wanting to make music. I get the business aspect of everything, but everybody knows Joe Budden is quote unquote retired. Joe Budden doesn't want to rap anymore. So what are you supposed to do when you are individuals who still want to rap? You aren't retired and you have a name out there and you want to utilize it. You create music, you create art, you do things to satisfy that hunger to want to create. It seemed as though Joell felt like Joe wasn't aboard because he felt like they declined, and Joe declined or Royce declined because Royce said that he wasn't going to do the album if Joe wasn't involved, and to them that was a decline. But it's tricky, because what do you do, or what do you say, or how do you move when there's one person in the group that says they're retired? How are you supposed to move on with making music with somebody who says they're retired and you're supposed to be a part of a conglomerate? This is why I said things get tricky, because it seemed like this would have been Joe Budden's comeback into music. Because it seems like what he's trying to say is that they did this thinking that he wouldn't, but he was inevitably down for it, I guess. Exactly. I understand both arguments. It's crazy. Like, that's why I don't look at Joell or Crooked for, weird for doing what they did, because at the end of the day, I understand it from an artist standpoint. You want to be able to create, you want to rap, you want to write, you want to do all this shit, and you're conflicted because of the business aspect of it. These guys are under contract, I'm assuming. Now, I know they got off Shady, they got their masters back as Slaughterhouse, but to put this project out, they probably had to get under contract. I don't get, if you're retired, why you feel a way about them putting it out, but we'll get to there. Now, they had this conversation. Let me shut my phone up. I got my notes in here, man. I always got my notes set up. What's going on, y'all? What up, Glittery? Glittery said, will all 4 members get revenue from this album since it's under the group name? No, they won't. No, they won't. Only a few. So, recently, Royce joined the Joe Budden podcast, and they sat down to review the album themselves. And it was very interesting, the things they had to say. They clearly weren't happy about the shit. Joe, he feels let down by the album. He thinks they could have delivered better as far as the bars, so to speak. He also feels like it was anticlimactic, because he felt like they were he was waiting for something. Like, he was waiting for the bait. He was waiting for the bar that was going to set him over the edge to maybe make him even respond or put out a record that he hasn't, you know what I'm saying? Joe ain't been in the booth. Joe ain't released no songs recently. But I think he was waiting for that moment. I think Joe was like, if anybody was to make him come out of retirement, it would be the guys that he decided to be in a group with and rap with. He also, I think, from an artist standpoint, he felt like it was done out of spite. Now, he didn't use those words. This is my opinion. He may agree, he may not, but I think he thinks it was done out of spite, just based off of how Joe was moving, how he's been moving. When it comes to Joe, it's weird, his argument in this, because we're talking about somebody who is, like I said, claims they're retired. And if you claim you're retired, why are you worried, or why do you care about these individuals putting this music out? Royce, on the other hand, I understand his point of it all, because if anything, Royce has always been the neutral guy, as far as somebody who has never been the reason why there's some type of turmoil between everybody. So when this happened, he felt blindsided by the fact that the people he called friends were deciding to do this shit without them, and inevitably sign contracts and get the ball rolling and do the whole rollout and shit without everybody's collective agreement. And we're gonna talk about that too, Jeff. He said Joe tried to shelve his own group. We're gonna play a clip from that. We're gonna play a clip of Joe and Crooked having a conversation when it came to their label and how Joe can inevitably implode and fucking destroy the things around him without giving a fuck about the people around him, regardless if it's his friends or not. But Royce feels, or he thinks, they lowered the quality of the brand. That's the words that he used. He feels like they lowered the quality of the brand by going ahead and taking the initiative to make this album without Joe and Royce. He feels like Crooked and Joell blame Royce and Joe for everything without trying to take accountability for their own actions in the whole debacle. And he also feels they didn't rap good enough on their album for them to make a response record. So I don't think we're gonna hear a response. Maybe, I don't know. I heard through the grapevine, or I seen some clips of Royce might be cooking some shit up. But from his words, he said he didn't think they didn't deliver to the capacity of somebody like a Royce to respond to what they were doing. And the business behind it all. Extraordinary said, "I'm not a whole ass hip hop head, but the only song I remember of Joe's was Pump It Up." Everybody be saying that, man, but I gotta admit, man, Joe Budden is a lyricist. If you do your, like, that's another thing. People be like, oh, I ain't never heard of this. The only song I ever heard of. But it's so easy to do the research, man, and to go and like look up Joe Budden songs. Joe Budden can rap his ass off, but his dealings with business and the people around him when it comes to business has always been a little iffy. Now, before I continue, I want to play a clip real quick. Let me play a clip. This stuck out to me because I think this is something that doesn't just apply to a Royce the 5'9" or a Joe Budden. This can apply to every single one of y'all. Listen to this.
Yeah, me too, yo.
I must live in the center of my truth. Like, my name is the only thing I've ever had outside of Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is the first thing that I owned in this business. Other than that, the most important thing to me was always my name. My name is my name. It's very, very important that you speak it a certain way, and I be in control of how you speak that. And I stay in control of that by doing right by you, no matter who you are. So when you wrong me and purposely wrong me, after knowing me for a long time, and you rule out the possibility of something going really, really wrong, it's offensive.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always chill. Well, you fucking chill, nigga. Let's all chill.
That's what.
We ain't all being chill right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I be telling y'all.
So I understand it from that standpoint as well. There's some people that hold themselves to a certain standard, and they hold a certain amount of integrity of themselves. Royce is one of those people who is about integrity and about being truthful about the things that are around him, or when he speaks, or even when he writes, when he makes music. It's very honest. So I wouldn't expect him to act any different with the people that he considers his friends and family. So the reason I played that clip was because Royce mentioned the fact that he feels like the business was done wrong because it was done in secret. He feels blindsided. Now, when you're friends with somebody, you call somebody not only a business partner, but you feel like this person is your brother, then these conversations, you shouldn't be scared to have these conversations with people. But the fact that these conversations were had behind closed doors with other people besides the individuals that should have been in that conversation, it felt a little sneaky. It felt snaky. They did something they knew would put a stain on their friendship, is what he feels. Like, for instance, if you do something that you know will cause a rift between you and somebody you care for, and you know that this instance, this something right here that you're about to do, or that you have the opportunity to do, will put a strain on you and your friendship or your relationship with somebody, and you still do it. It kind of shows who you are to a certain extent. Now, yes, you do have to look out for yourself at the end of the day when you do have your own interests, but I do think a conversation at least should be had before you make a decision that you know would affect somebody else who wouldn't see it coming. I would be the type of person where if I knew I was doing something that would affect somebody else, making a big decision that, you know, money's involved, business is involved, I would make sure I let that person know, hey, I have this opportunity right here. I know that we all aren't working together, but I need this opportunity. I need to do something. I need to do this, that, whatever. Having that conversation alone could help tremendously with that situation. This was a potential comeback for Joe Budden, but with Joe saying he isn't rapping anymore, it's a blurred line. So for him to even talk about the bars on the album or anything like that, I think Joe is just, I don't know. How do y'all feel Joe is acting about this? Because it's weird. I can't say exactly how I feel about Joe's opinion on this, because the nigga says he's retired. How do you get mad at motherfuckers that still want to rap and you say you don't? I get his argument with like Slaughterhouse and how it makes, you know, Slaughterhouse look, or, you know, the behind the scenes business and all that shit. But when it comes to the actual project, like he said that Joe out of his mouth on IG Live said, this album could suck my, he said that album could suck my dick. That's what? Don't be mad at the album. I can see if you mad at the business and the name and the brand and how y'all own it, but the album? You don't want to rap, my G. What's wrong? Black Hippie said, I think that stain was already there, though. That's probably why they felt okay with doing the album. Jeffrey said, Crooked and Ortiz. I said, yeah, Crooked and Ortiz put out an album that made zero noise, so they killed the brand this time around. Damn. Extraordinary said, Royce should have gave him the training day, Denzel. He said, you batch made. Look, man, I don't blame Royce on how Royce feels. Royce is gonna feel how he feels. He also said this as well. Hold on, listen to this.
Okay. I just think it was careless.
It feels that way to me.
It was unsupervised.
Everything though. Just like everything. The way they dress in the videos, their pants, everything. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
I hate Royce.
He said them niggas'
I'm
pants
serious
was
though. No?
This nigga.
Did you like Crooked's pants in the video?
This nigga, yo.
I didn't watch that whole video.
You seen his pants.
Leave me alone.
Nigga ain't gonna act like niggas got cool pants.
Yeah. All right, I'm playing that.
Niggas talking about their pants. That's petty. But I do want to play this video. I said I had a clip. Of a conversation between Crooked and Joe. I'm going to turn the music off so you guys can hear this in full. This was him talking about Shady, what his problem was with Shady Records. Now, let me remind you guys, Slaughterhouse got their masters back after they got off of Shady. And I'm also going to talk about that because Royce brought up a good point. Listen.
What's your problem with Shady?
Everything.
Like what?
Everything.
What didn't they?
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me play the video with it so y'all can see the words. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to see the words with it because the audio is very low. So pay attention to what's being said.
What's your problem?
What's your problem with Shady?
Everything.
Like what?
Everything.
What didn't they do contractually that they said they were gonna do?
What didn't they do contractually that they said they were going to do?
What? Oh,
What didn't they do contractually?
I don't live by contracts, bro.
We got to, bro.
What do you mean?
We put our name on a contract.
I don't give a fuck. Wait, all right, see, that's where I'm different. That contract don't mean nothing to me. I break contracts all the time.
So that right there also brings you into a little bit of a glimpse of how Joe handles certain business when it comes to the people that he does business with, especially the people he calls friends. Crooked asked him a simple question: what have they done contractually that was wrong? Joe said, I don't give a fuck about that. No, you should, because if you signed a contract, Joe, the contract don't give a fuck about your feelings. The contract don't give a fuck about how you feel. Matter of fact, let's go deeper. They don't give a fuck about your mental health. They don't give a fuck what you're going through that day. They don't give a fuck if somebody died in your family. It's a contract. It's the business. It's the industry. They don't give a fuck about how you feel. And to say that I break contracts all the time. Okay, break contracts on your own contract when you're not with a conglomerate of people that could inevitably affect them and then trickle down and affect their families. Now, Joe brought up a point during the podcast. If you guys didn't see it, you should check it out with him and with Royce. A certain line bothered Joe, and that line from Crooked was about the fact that one of his friends, or being a friend, and how a friend takes money away from you. Why do you think that bothered Joe so much? And of course, you know, he sat there and was like, what the fuck? That don't even sound right. It don't sound right to you, but this ain't the only time somebody has brought up you being between their money. Like I just said, we're talking about contracts with a group of people, not just Joe. So if you talk about breaking a contract, Joe, you're gonna break everybody's contract. Rory and Mal had the same issues with Joe when it came to money. Like, not the exact same, but it was money issues. And they talked about this shit. And I mean, why would Crooked Eye rap about it if it wasn't something that has some truth to it? And I'm not saying niggas don't lie in their raps, but the proof is in the pudding, motherfucker. It's there. You heard it. Speaking of Rory and Mal, they had something to say about this. I want to play this real quick before we move forward. Listen to this. Mal is going to explain some things about, you know, some of the past things, and Rory's also going to speak on this as well. Listen to this.
I was trying to mend this thing and make this thing work for years, and it wasn't being reciprocated. No energy was given back, or the energy that was given was real. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. It's like, all right, so what? I'm not supposed to do anything for the rest of my life?
No, I
have just as right. I have just as much right to this logo, to this brand, to this fan base as anybody else in this group. So if me and another member of the group decide that we're gonna go this way and pivot and do something else, then I don't think anybody can be upset about it if we are exhausted all like resources and trying to mend this thing and make it work. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Just not do nothing with this for the rest of our lives?
I'm gonna listen to them.
I completely agree.
Words, you can't be like this, man.
No,
We can't reverse.
No,
You're
but
normally the guy that gets me off of that.
No, listen. They said they protecting their energy, and I agree with that. We all should protect our energy. Stay away from Maul. Stay away from me with that energy. Joell, Crook, just stay away from me with that energy. Don't come nowhere near me.
But the energy of what? Just being hurt, feeling like you chose a side that you shouldn't have chose?
I don't give a fuck. However they justify the energy. I don't care. I don't want it around me. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the points where you look at yourself, you hold yourself accountable for whatever role you may have played. And, you know, based on whatever you stand in or whatever you believe in, like if you one of those kinds of people like myself who need to be able to sleep at night, I sleep just fine. I know that I've never done anything to not just them two niggas, but anybody. All of these people choosing up and You know what I mean? Like, and feeding like this whole negative narrative. I'm being drugged into narratives and shit like that, and I got to constantly always give people the. I grew up like that, always having to like be the bigger man with me and my big brother and shit like that. Like,
and I get that as well. I understand that viewpoint. And let me bring this up too, because this was something that Royce mentioned. Now everybody knows Royce and Eminem are like this. They're close. They're like brothers. They both from Detroit. They both came up together. They both had beef at one point. They came back together and made great music. And Royce signed to Shady and having a great career. And of course Eminem having a spectacular career. They're real friends. You know what I'm saying? Like Royce don't call him Eminem. He calls him Marshall. That's his friend. He kind of alluded to the fact that it kind of put a strain on him and Eminem's relationship when Slaughterhouse wanted to get off the label and also control their masters. Now, even though they got it, it made me wonder and it made me think. Now, I'm not trying to be no Hotep conspiracy theorist ass motherfucker, but Eminem being a white rapper in this space who's very successful, who doesn't need to have a bunch of people on his label to continue to make revenue or be successful, trying to hold a group on his label or have a problem with a group, especially a group of black men, to own their own shit and be independent so that they can make 100% of the revenue themselves, instead of having to come down different channels, through a label and have you touch the money first, and then, then it gets to them at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of made me feel a certain type of way about Eminem. I'm not really a big fan of Eminem. I do respect Eminem as, somebody in the game of hip hop. I don't think, he should fit in the category of a regular white rapper. He's not your typical or stereotypical white rapper. He's Eminem. I respect him in that way. Some people may see it differently, but when it comes to business, it's different. It kind of rubbed me the wrong. It didn't sit right with me to know that could put a strain, especially if that's your guy, that's your bro. It's somebody who you value as a friend, somebody who you consider family. If he comes to you and says, "Hey, I feel like it would be more beneficial for me and my guys to, separate from the label and own our masters so that we can, build something greater for ourselves," I think he should have been 100% with that from the get-go. But, Royce kind of, hinted towards the fact, like, how do you think that went with us when I came to them wanting that to happen? And I get it. But it was a little weird, man. I mean, it makes me look at Eminem a little different, but it's still like, it's the business, man. You can't put it past nobody. The industry is, they want all the revenue, they want all the money, they want all that shit. So I don't put it past nobody. Now, Joe says there would be no way he could put his feelings aside to work with Joell and Crooked because of how everything happened with the rollout and certain narratives being presented about how things went down. Because they had a conversation to say that, fans are like, all right, what if y'all just put y'all feelings aside? What if y'all just let bygones be bygones right now, just for another album, just to make some music together? He said, I get that, but that means I will have to put my feelings aside. I can't put my feelings aside to do and to do X, Y, and Z. And, I understand that. But it's like, where's the conversation that could, help resolve these feelings that you have so that y'all can work together? His whole thing is he can never see himself in the same room with these guys again, apparently. This is what he's saying. He's saying that this has basically permanently tarnished his relationship with Joell Ortiz and Crooked because of this decision to make this album, The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse. I don't know. Roy and Joe was uncomfortable about a line Crooked made, and we gonna circle the block again about that shit, because I think this is gonna be something to be important and what we should end off of. For one, a hit dog will holler. For two, what up, I Lacey? We're never gonna get the whole entire 100% truth about this, because everybody has their own version of how things went down. That's how it always is gonna happen. You're never gonna get 100% of the truth or the story in this, because everybody, especially when it's a group involved, has their own ideas about how things went down and their own perspectives on shit. All I know is that I wish these guys would, come to understand, and regardless if they do music again or not, I think what's more important is the camaraderie and the fact that they can, at least try to support one another with this, with the group. Like I said, Joe, you don't want to rap no more, you retire, all right, cool. The least you can do is support the guys that still are in it, who still hungry for it, who still have a thirst to want to create and succeed in that field, because you should be the one that understands it more than anybody. So much love and respect to all of them, man. Joe, Royce, Joell, Crooked, all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And to their fans, the Slaughterhouse fans, don't divide these two sets of people. Don't divide. Don't make it 2 and 2, man. If you really support these guys and you really support Slaughterhouse, man, what you will do and what you should do is try to help them find solutions to try to, bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to, and that's exactly what the last thing that Royce was talking about right there. He don't want none of that energy and people trying to pick sides and, spin narratives or put them apart in narratives. I want them to be able to come to a common ground. Not even about music, but as a brotherhood, because that type of legacy and that type of shit, you don't want that to break or tarnish over no bullshit, especially when it comes to business. They know the business. They know how shady it is. They know how fucked up it is. Find that camaraderie, man, especially as black men. Now, let's have a little bit of fun. For those who know Andrew Schulz, he is a comedian. He's a part of the podcast Billion Idiots, and also is the head host of Flagrant 2 alongside Akash Singh and a few of their homies. This is hilarious, man. So we talked about this shit Monday. Lia Thomas is a transgender swimmer who competed in the national swim meet and got first place after placing 460 something in the men's race. And after this individual transitioned and identified as a woman, they went and did their practices and did their whatever they could to get a part of the swim team, and they ended up winning the race in first place. Andrew decided that he was going to make the announcement that he was now joining the women's swim team. I want y'all to hear some of what he had to say.
What's up, everybody? I have an announcement to make. I, Andrew Schulz, am joining the U.S. Women's National Swim Team officially today.
Hit that like button.
I'm announcing that I am able to compete. Thank you guys very much for your support. You don't seem very supportive, Mark, which is bigoted. And
yeah. Well, why do you say you're able to compete?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't I be able to compete?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Joining the U.S. Women's National Swim Team. Mind you, I didn't even tell you why. I'm raising money for Ukraine more than what you've probably done.
Look, first of all, I can't show the actual video, but I want y'all to see what this nigga's wearing. Look at what this fool is wearing while he's talking about this shit. All right, let's keep going.
On the fucking beach in Mexico, did you raise any money for Ukraine there?
He's going to use his winnings to support a war-torn country. What are you going to do?
Well,
you
haven't won anything. Well, I'm going to win, obviously. I'm a guy. I'm racing against women. Okay? Once I start, I'll immediately start winning. Okay. And then I'll take all that money, because I'm not going to obviously take all that money. I'm going to give it to myself here. I'm going to take all that. I'm going to give it back to the war effort in Ukraine. Obviously, the Ukrainian side.
Yes.
I need to be specific with fucking you.
Yep.
Okay. And then obviously other groups that need my help. Stop Asian Hate. That's another one that I'm going to donate to.
You are.
Me too. If that's
Now, speaking of Stop Asian Hate, I got to bring this up real quick. This is a sidebar. There was a video, right? I don't know if you guys seen it, of a guy who was at a Popeyes and threatened to lynch a black lady who was behind the register because she called him a cracker. Somebody wrote under that post, hey, we still waiting for that anti-racism crime bill or whatever it is. And somebody wrote under that, the Asian community got theirs in weeks. Like immediately, as soon as they got the hashtag, them motherfuckers wrote up a bill and signed that shit and put it into action. Kind of weird, huh?
still around. I don't know if that's still around, but I'm going to donate to that.
You know what? They could
Black
probably
Lives
use-
Matter. Also, Al.
Okay.
I got that.
All right.
Any group that needs any money that I make as part of the U.S. Women's National Swim Team,
Okay.
I'm donating back to causes.
This
that
is so
matter.
brave. This is so brave.
Thank you.
Why are you
Thank
wearing-
you. At least you support.
Why are you
Andrew
wearing
is
this?
brave.
What is this outfit?
This is what you swim in.
That's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not what swimmers.
Don't. Why are you
I am
pushing?
fucking sick of cis het white males deciding what women should and shouldn't
Pushing
wear.
their heteronormative ideals.
You don't get to say what women swim in, Mark.
No, I'm not saying
Okay.
women should swim in. I'm saying that's not what they wear for the Olympics.
Oh, you're gonna
Stop
tell?
saying what we have to wear. It's you. It's your fault that women are dressed in these fucking bikinis playing volleyball when they don't need to be dressed like that.
Yeah.
No.
You probably jerk off to those videos
don't.
of women
I
doing
don't.
Olympic sports. Okay?
No, I don't.
Now, I need y'all to pay attention to how he's wording this shit. Because he has his homie over here playing the common sense having, like, I have, I'm just trying to bring up logic and I'm trying to bring up good points, and what you're doing is attacking me every time I come up with a good point, because that's a good way to deflect and to not have to actually answer to the actual logic that is being presented.
Don't jerk off.
Yeah,
to
you
those.
probably do. You're one of those sick idiots.
Wait, those people are sick.
They're fucking sick. These are women competing,
Okay.
and they're not there for you to objectify them and just jerk off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Appreciate more than their bodies, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate
we're out
talent.
here, we're competing,
Okay.
and we're trying to raise money for the war effort in Ukraine. What are you doing? Probably trying to get booked at that bunker show. Piece of shit. Selfish.
But you haven't lowered like your testosterone levels at all.
How do you know that?
Look at you.
When you
Let's see,
yeah,
he said, the only state I know of that has an anti-racism law is Colorado. Black folks kind of on a streak. Didn't they get the Africans out of Ukraine? I think so. They might have, actually. I don't know. They might have. Lacey said, I wonder why, what terrible event caused Colorado to pass that law. I have no idea. We gonna see. Yes, gaslighting. Gaslighting. There we go.
look at me as right. When you look at my face, what does my facial hair say to you? That I have tons of testosterone?
Yeah.
Huh? Look at my facial hair. I look like a Korean grandmother. Okay, you think I'm full of testosterone? You don't know if I already started my treatment. I got fucking fat tats.
Okay.
Look at my titties filling
You
this
actually
thing
are
out.
filling out pretty good. I'll
Say
be honest.
again?
You are filling out pretty good.
Yeah, I am filling out.
Are you on birth control?
I don't know. Weekend at Bernie's? Okay? I don't know.
How am I weekend at Bernie?
Nah, you weekend at Bernie.
Okay?
Wait, which guy?
Bernie,
That
motherfucker!
one.
Bro, he wore black glasses. I'm not even wearing those. I'm
Hold on,
wearing uncut
oh, no,
jumps.
did I take my glasses off? Okay, I can't see shit in this. Women can't see for shit, dude. The second I transition to a woman, my vision is like 40-40, dude. Is this how you fuck rich guys?
And your communication skills. Your communication skills got really bad too.
Yo, real talk. Yeah, you guys want to hear a story? So, buckle up.
No, but to compete for the women's Olympic team, you have to lower your testosterone levels over 2 years to get within a specific range.
What
He's
I'm
on the way. He's been doing it 2 years ago. When you ever seen him with a mustache?
Technically, I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been with my girl for 3 years.
Yes.
And that's been lowering my testosterone.
it's
He
not.
goes to dessert every Monday.
This man is
What do you think these things are? I try to suck on them every time I'm in the shower. What?
No.
Y'all never stuck their tits in the shower?
Man,
this
been
dude is
castrated for 3
crazy,
years.
No,
Thank you.
This is a transphobic. This is a transphobic.
You're the
thing. No,
transphobic.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're the transphobic.
no,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
because
whoa.
there's people that say,
You're assuming I'm trans.
No, I'm not.
You're assuming I'm trans.
I'm not.
Yes, you are, dude.
I said it's transphobic if you're gonna be like, oh, people are gonna join.
Hey,
a
cis
team.
white male.
Yo,
You don't get to define what hate is.
I fucking hate white people.
I hate white men. White men.
White men.
Straight men.
White men. Cis het white men must die.
He's not exaggerating either, bro. These motherfuckers really be doing this shit. When you try to bring up logic, or even when you try to even say something as a straight male, motherfuckers will attack your ass because they think that you mean harm. I mean, granted, when we see a white person try to tell us what they believe black people should be doing in America, first thing we do is say, how the fuck do you think you know what black people should be doing in America? You ain't never lived a day as a black person in America. You don't know what the fuck we go through. How the fuck you speaking on some shit you don't know? But there is a but. This is something that has to do with everyone's life. So when it comes to the whole swim meet shit, we talked about this, man. There was a girl from Virginia Tech who wrote a letter to, I believe, NCAA to voice her opinion about how she felt about the transgender swimmer Lia Thomas winning first place, and how there has been multiple transgender women who have joined in the swim league, or who have joined in their swim league and taken places from biologically born women. That's the one thing I don't. This is something I'll never understand. I guess I don't have to understand it. But a biological woman, a biologically born woman, saying that they are a biological woman pisses off a transgender woman. I don't know why it does, because that's an actual fact. I don't understand, and it seems like they're trying to, day by day, they're trying to get rid of the term biological woman and just use woman, because they say transgender women are women. Okay, let that be something that you guys believe in, and that's what you say and that's what you do. But don't come to me talking about the science of the Vahi and all these types of shits that the science is proving this, the science is proving that. But as soon as a woman says she's a biological woman, you motherfuckers like, that doesn't mean nothing. No, they still gotta have they still gotta have a say in some shit. We still gotta have a say in some shit. Shit. And like I said, here's the perfect example right here. How many men who have transitioned to a woman are going out here? Or no. How many? I always get this mixed up. How many women who have transitioned to a man have gone on to try out for men's professional sports like the NBA or NHL or MLB or anything like that, or even the Olympic, you know what I'm saying, to compete against other men? How many people do you know like that? Have y'all heard of anything like that? Now tell me, have you heard about how many men who have transitioned to women that go and compete in women's sports and be dominating that shit? Even when it comes to the UFC. It's confusing, bro. And because I'm not a part of that community, I guess I'll never know. Guess I'll never understand it. And it's never no hate. This is all coming from a place of, man, I don't know what y'all want. I don't even know what y'all, I don't know how to approach this shit no more. And one thing I will not do is let society brainwash me into believing some shit that I don't find to be logical. And I'm not talking about from a standpoint of whether or not somebody is trans. Okay, I believe you trans. If you believe that you a woman, or you believe you a man, and you start taking hormones, or you start putting breast on you, and you start cutting off meat, all right, I believe you. I believe you. You are who you think you are. But now when it comes to like the sports aspects and it comes to what's fair and it comes to how things move in different aspects of life, you know, bathrooms, fucking, you know, spas. We've heard the stories, man, and people always talk about like I don't want to say the wrong thing because they automatically label you as transphobic. But I can't find myself to find the fairness in a trans woman competing against biological women in sports. I can't find the fairness. And it's not because I hate trans people or the LGBTQ. It's not because of that at all. If anything, the fact that I don't speak against them motherfuckers means that I support in a way. As long as you ain't got nothing bad to say, I guess you're in support. But we talking about sports, man. We talking about sports. It sound like AI. Practice? We talking about practice. No, we talking about sports, man. It's different. He said sports don't have to be fair, just equal. Glittery Bubble said, what are your thoughts on Ketanji Brown not knowing the definition of a woman? I don't know. They kind of threw some curveballs at her yesterday, man. Like, they kind of went hard on her, which we knew was coming. You know, they had revenge for the Kavanaugh hearings. They wanted to embarrass her. You know, they wanted to make her look bad. They wanted to spew some venom on her. But you got to expect that in this political game, man. They gonna do everything they can to knock you off your rocker and make you not want to do the shit that they want to do forever and continue to make money and stay in positions of power as long as they can. They gonna make sure anybody else coming up, they gonna try to knock you off your rocker. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it was some tough questioning going on in that room. But it was some shit that didn't even have to do with her. They were just trying to get her in on this shit. It was like, God damn, y'all motherfuckers is losing it. I'm talking about they was going in. I didn't understand. But she's going for a position that a lot of people want, and a lot of people don't want to see a black woman in. So, like I said, they gonna do what they can to try to tear that shit down. What else I see in the news today, man? I saw some other shit going on. Hold on one second. I had this shit written down somewhere. Oh, yeah. Speaking of sports, did y'all see what happened with Jimmy Butler on the sideline? First of all, Udonis Haslem is a thug. I'm gonna use the Fox News proper term for black people. Udonis Haslem is a thug. He is a thug and a menace. That motherfucker be ready to fight all the damn time. Did y'all see that shit? The Miami Heat, man, they were playing last night, and Jimmy Butler, a forward on the Miami Heat, got into it with his coach Eric Spoelstra and Udonis Haslem on the sideline, and this nigga Udonis was yelling, "I'll beat your ass! I'll beat your." That is his favorite line right there. He tell everybody who he face to face with, "I'll beat your ass," and I believe him too. I believe Udonis Haslem. I believe him wholeheartedly. I believe that Udonis Haslem will beat Jimmy Butler ass, and I believe that most people that he steps in front of, he believes that he will beat their ass. If y'all don't know about Udonis Haslem, do some research on that motherfucker. He also he goes hard for his team too. You need people like that on your squad. You need people like that on your squad. Somebody that will ride for you as hard as Udonis rides for Miami Heat, man. There should never be a fan ever in life that sees him out and about and don't show him no type of love, gratitude, and keep that man safe at all times the way that he go hard for his squad. He'll even go against the players to make sure the coach is straight. He said, "I'll beat your ass." This shit is great. I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to suspend him. They might suspend him. I have no idea. Russia's still attacking Ukraine. That's not nothing new. Do you think we desensitized to that shit? Do you think we are so desensitized to war to where we just don't even pay attention? Like the first couple weeks of the shit, it was like, oh damn, they going hard, and then after that, it was like, all right, what's happening with Kanye and Pete Davidson? Do you think we are that desensitized as a people to where we can't even, people are daily getting bombed on? Severe babies, man. Like this shit is happening right now as we speak. There's probably a child that is dying. Like, I don't want to bring the mood down. I'm just saying, like, are we really that desensitized to all the shit? And they said it's been they said so far 10 million. Is it 10 million they said? They said so far 10 million people have evacuated from Ukraine. I don't know if that's the right number, but yeah, we are desensitized to violence for sure. Yep, we don't worry about it because we don't live it. Ukraine is a distraction from something. Yeah, it is. And you want to know what the distraction is from? I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all right now. I'm glad you brought that up, Extraordinary, because it is a distraction. Let me tell y'all something. And I don't want to sound like a fucking hippie, but I got to sound like this because this is very important. I don't want y'all to wake up one day and fucking realize that this shit has gone downhill. It is definitely a distraction towards something. I thought about it. I'm like, why would Putin just go to war randomly, knowing all the stuff that's going on right now in the world? For some reason, randomly, they just want to, invade Ukraine. It seems like a last-ditch effort for some shit, or just they doing it because something is about to happen, or they feel like something's going wrong. Now, you guys most likely haven't heard it yet, but you should do the research on it. Recently in Antarctica, it got up to, they said, 70 degrees hotter than usual. Let's see. Let me get this right. It is 70 degrees warmer than normal in Antarctica. 70 degrees every single day that we're not taking active, aggressive steps to protect the planet and move forward. Renewables is a day wasted. And I want to show y'all a graph, actually. Let me show y'all a graph. Let me pull this up, because this is important. This is extremely important, man. This is something we need to know, and we need to get in tune with as a fucking people. This is something I gotta show y'all, man. This graph is fucking insane. Here it is, right here. So, heat wave in Antarctica, 38 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. That's not an error or a typo. The remote research station at Dome C recorded a temperature nearly 40 degrees Celsius above normal for this time of year, beating the previous March record by a startling 20 degrees Celsius. Look at this. The unthinkable has happened. Not in 2050, but right here, right now in East Antarctica, with temps hitting over 70 degrees above normal. Do you guys understand that there will be no talking about current events or watching our favorite podcast or driving our favorite cars, living in our dream houses, or achieving any of our goals and dreams that we have if this fucking earth is gone? If the earth is gone, what are we going to do about any of this shit? What does any of the shit that we care about matter? And these people get this information well before we do. And I'm talking about every major nation gets this information well before we do. Which is why I even brought up the whole, why would Putin go to, like, it's like they know something is happening. Like, they know the world is about to go to shit. Like, why did they all of a sudden push Elon Musk up to the front? Because he had space knowledge, motherfucker? No, because the motherfucker was like, hey, we can't live here forever. We got to figure out a plan, an exit plan to get out of here, because we thought it was going to take up until 2170 for the earth to start seeing drastic changes. But nah, that shit sped up. It's sped up. And now they looking at shit right now, today, that could bring drastic changes to the earth. And people are sitting up here worried about the wrong thing. Black Hippie said, scientists are saying this isn't actually us doing it. The earth apparently goes through this kind of climate change regularly, but we don't live long enough to see the changes. I could be wrong. See, now that's another thing. That could be a possibility. But the thing with this is, we have done a terrific job of causing damage to this earth with the things that we decide to build or, use to pollute the earth, all types of shit that we don't even have to. Like, every single house in America, every single house in ever, anywhere, could have a solar panel outside of it and be straight. Every single house right now. And the way that all these cars are, especially the ones that are electric, everybody can have an electric car. Everybody can do, like, this is things that we are able to do. It's just that we have been so used to the norm that it's going to be hard to break that habit. And it sounds like a fucking, they try to make it sound like some big, hippie thing or some big, square ass, let's protect the earth, let's get electric cars. Nah, man, I believe we should. Playboy Till, what's happening? I think we should start really thinking twice about how we move out here, man. And of course, in this fucked up society, all the things that are better for us that could benefit us, whether it be healthy foods or whether it be solar panels and electric cars and growing natural foods, it's not beneficial. It's not profitable to these people. So they're not gonna put their best foot forward to make sure that this shit happens. If I have a say, if I have a platform, if I have a voice, I'm gonna make sure that I let y'all know that we need to do better and that we need to protect this earth first and foremost. If you want to see your kids survive this motherfucker, y'all want to see y'all family live long and continue on generations, man, this is what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? GMS, man, green mind state. Green mind state just don't mean reefer. We talking about the earth, man. Everything that's around us, man, that's green, man. The grass, the trees, motherfucking the vegetables, motherfucking things that make you happy, motherfucking money, goddammit, everything. Everything green for some reason seems to be great and beneficial. So I hope y'all keep that green mind state, not just for me, but for your motherfucking selves. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's been a great episode, man. I'm glad to be back. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little better. GMS fam, the green room. I want y'all to put a GMS in the comments. I'm about to shout everybody out right now. Hit that like button on the way out. You know you can support the GMS show by following me on my socials, because I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App if you are feeling generous today. We'll most appreciate it and help out the GMS show, because we still rocking. You know, they want to try to shut us down. They want to try to break us out of this motherfucking space, but they can't do it, and they know they can't, and they mad. You can't stop the GMS show, because we gonna keep this bitch running. He said we're gonna have to stack Jack of Starship. Straight up. Shout out to King, Lukey, Arius, Baby G. CT Reed in the building. Hey, yo, I need y'all to do me a favor too, man. So since y'all know we do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to have a preview up on my channel. So make sure every Monday and Wednesday and Friday before 6 p.m., before 5 p.m., those are the times that I'm doing the show at. That's the set times now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m., and on Fridays, 5 p.m. We had to do it different today because we did it on a Thursday, but this is what the main schedule is going to be. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When you see the preview go up, hit the like on that preview so we can boost up them in them algorithms, man. And let them people know to come to the GMS show. You got to hit that like on the previews and motherfucking set the reminders and let them motherfuckers know where to pull up to every week. What up, Black Hippie Ricky? JR Miller in the building. Make sure you hit them links. GMS fam, the green room. What's going on? Y'all been having a good week so far? Extraordinary. What's up? What's up? Let me know, man. Y'all been having a good week so far. It's Friday tomorrow, man. Y'all better make sure y'all wake up in a good mood. It's Friday tomorrow. Friday. The weekend is back. Also, we got approved to move into the next unit. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, we getting away from the bitch-ass Karen next door. And also, we just gonna be more free. More free to do what we want to do and live our lives, man, without worrying about no interference from that devil next door. I wish I had a sound bite. Crack ass, crack off. All I can say, he's smoking on fruit punch. Shout out King Lukey. I appreciate y'all, man. GMS fam, the green room. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Smoke something if you got it. Much love, baby. We out.